Rich Tehrani with TMC. Thanks for watching. We're in Atlanta speaking with some of the best and brightest tech companies in the area. Speaking right now with John Wolf. He's the CMO of Intradiem. And John, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So start at the top. Tell me about the company.
Intradiem is the contact center's leading intraday management solution. We were previously Knowledgeant, which many people in the contact center knew as a learning management solution. And about 3 years ago, we changed the focus of the company. At the time, we were recognized as a learning management solution that was differentiated by our ability to monitor conditions in the call center and push training to agents when call volume dips temporarily. And at that time, we were hearing from customers that we could create a lot more value for them if we were to open up the technology and allow them to push any activity, any application to agents during downtime. And that's exactly what we did. We opened it up, and at that time we became less of a learning management solution and started a march toward becoming known as an intraday management solution. And so now we enable customers to push any application, any activity type, and activity types that are being delivered to agents during idle time are as varied as certainly training, coaching, communications, which creates a ton of value for the company when they can find more time to develop their agents. But now we're pushing activity types such as back office work. For example, we have a customer in the UK who is delivering 7 hours of activity during idle time. This was previously unproductive idle time that is now made productive by our solution, and of those 7 hours, they're spending 5 hours on back office work, which has made it so that that company didn't have to staff up an additional back office team when they launched a new product.
So what's fascinating to me is that you're really leveraging hidden productivity, lost productivity opportunities, and you have a potential opportunity of, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 million worldwide call center agents, something like that. So if you start doing the numbers on that, if they're idle even, let's say 30, 40% of the time, and you're talking about 8-hour days and 40 or 50 million people, you're talking about in productivity extravaganza. I mean, it's just unbelievable, right?
It's amazing. When you do the math, just as you started to do, it adds up to the total economic productivity of the country of Ireland. And so this idle time, if you can harness it, and it does take technology to harvest it because it's happening so fast, and this idle time happens in in a 1.5 to 2 minute slivers. If you don't have technology to enable you to react quick enough, it's almost impossible to harness that time. But with the right technology, you can.
And you know, another fascinating thing is that I'd say in the last 10 years, multitasking has become just a way of life. And I'd say that, having been involved in call centers pretty much since I was a little kid, it wasn't always like that. It would be a lot more difficult to train contact center agents in the 90s to multitask. But now, I think, they're familiar with instant messaging and the Skyping and emailing and all the other things they're doing, FaceTiming all at the same time, so this should be pretty easy for them.
That and multitasking also leads you to the notion of variety. And the top 2 complaints by contact center agents is, I don't have enough variety in my day, and I don't get the training I need to do my job well. And one of the things that's been really great is to see how agents embrace this technology because they do get variety throughout their day. So take that same UK insurance provider who now their agents spend part of their day on the phone, but now a substantial amount of their day doing back office work. And just that shift creates enough variety that their agents want to be part of this team that's doing this back office work. They're also getting the training they need to do their jobs well. So they feel much more engaged, they're much more satisfied, and they stay with the company longer.
So talk to me now as if I am the decision maker at a company with a large call center, and I'm skeptical because I think everyone is skeptical now about spending money on something that they aren't currently doing. What's my return on investment? What can I anticipate in terms of seeing a response, assuming that I've got 20% idle time in my call center?
Yeah, that's one of the great things about our technology. First of all, it's a SaaS solution, very easy to implement. We can be up and running in 60 days. And the payoff is real. So take these previously unproductive hours of idle time, and we can convert, again, up to 7 hours of that time and now make it productive. That becomes what we call active wait, that now productive idle time. You now have that budget to spend, that active wait budget to spend however you want. And so most of our customers, it's a combination of labor savings and investing in your agents and getting additional training and coaching to them. So labor savings hits your bottom line immediately. In fact, our solution is self-funding within the first couple of months just by shifting budget from that labor line item to the line item that funds our tool. Then you take the rest of that active wait budget and you invest it in your agent performance, and they're going to get better in the areas of first call resolution, average handle time, and then finally, and probably most importantly, delighting your customers with an amazing customer experience. So you get that short-term real benefit that the CFO likes to see in those labor savings, and then you invest the rest in the areas of agent performance that you know is really going to impact the business.
That's great. So in terms of future things that we can expect from your company, what sorts of things are coming?
That's been the most exciting thing about this technology, and that's why our company feels a lot more like a startup now than a 15-year-old LMS company. So we started this shift into becoming an intraday management solution, and then customers came to us and they said, hey, you guys are great at monitoring data in real time. You've got this rules engine, can we apply it to other parts of our business? So in our release that's coming out in the third quarter of 2013, we have 3 what we call new business reflexes that expands our intraday task management tool into a broader intraday management suite. And those new reflexes, in addition to intraday task management, are intraday staffing, so automating the voluntary time off and voluntary overtime processes. Intraday queue management, when an agent attains new training, new certification, they pass new tests, automatically going back and reskilling them in the ACD. And then finally, alerts and notifications, and our customers are most excited about applying that to real-time adherence. So we take this capability and we start to broaden it with these additional business reflexes into an intraday management solution that can have an impact on our customers' businesses that exceed 20% of their operating budget.
Very cool. Thanks for being here today. This was great.
Thank you.